Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. Today we are going to go over the secret to making World of Warcraft gold. There's a couple tips that will change your gold making forever if you just listen to what I have to say. Now, I just put out another video, gold guide, on how I made like 20,000 gold in 2 days. And the biggest thing with that guide was I have advantages on what I do. I have professions on different characters, and I also have an enchanter to do all my disenchanting, and I think that's very important. Now, I don't have to have enchanting to be able to still make money, but I'm not going to make as much money as if I don't. If you're really invested into making some gold, a very, very good tip is to have a leather worker, a tailorer, an enchanter, a skinner, and so on. Okay, have all the professions. Now, if you're one of those people who like to have their character maxed out, it's like, all right, these are the professions that are the best for them. That's okay. But have some alts that have some different stuff so you can make some money with them. That's the first step. Having these professions that will make you the money. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what about transmog gear? I've seen some videos that are like 100,000 gold an hour, and you can make a lot of money with that. Now, I've experimented with that. I've experimented with transmog, pets, regular professions, and professions is the way to go. The hard part with transmogs is I have been successful with getting transmog gear and actually selling a few pieces. But I have a Vanguard chest plate that's worth about 15 to 20,000 gold that has not sold in about a month. So it is what it is when it comes to transmog. Now, let's go ahead and I want to show you guys my bags. I have all my gold separated through all my characters. This character, I'm kind of going through a little series with him, making gold. Currently, I'm up to 58,000, but if you look at my bags, I probably have, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand here or something, so on. And then I have some more in the auction house selling. So what I'm doing is, because I'm a tailor, now this could work with jewel crafting, leatherworking, anything. So the concepts that I'm giving you today is something that you can use for any profession. What I like to do is, as a tailorer, I like to find materials that are how much they're selling. What I do is I scan the auction house, I look at the prices, I look at the bolts, I look at the disenchanting mets. Leatherworking would be the same thing. You know, you're looking at your patterns, you're looking at your leather, and you're looking at the disenchantment prices. Now, the biggest thing that I do is I look at, let's take example, a piece of cloth that cost 1 silver, right? If the bolt sells for 1 gold, and it takes 5 cloth to make that bolt, well, you're spending 5 silver to make this bolt. You're just buying money. But what if that 1 gold bolt can be turned into, if you had 2 bolts, into an item that disenchanted for 5 gold? That's the process we're going to talk about, and that's how we're going to work it. So, a lot of different things go different ways. As you can see, I have this Rune Cloth here. Now, Rune Cloth, I have auctioneer add-on so we could actually see what the auction house prices are right now. The auction house prices is 84 for the lowest currently, and the bolt is 479. So obviously, if I crafted 5 of these into a bolt, there wouldn't be really any profit to be made there. Now, there's an item that I like to make, which is, this guide has been made years ago. There's so many guides on it, but a lot of people don't look up these things. This bolt, these bolts make with 3 bolts, it makes an item that you can sell for 17 gold. Now, if you look at this and you buy this bolt for 479 in the auction and you use 3 of them, well, you're going to be making a little bit of a profit. Let's say 2 gold. You'll be making 2 gold profit for every 3 that you have. Now, that's not a margin that I like. but it's a guaranteed margin. That's the biggest thing. This one, when you vendor it, it sells for 17 gold. You'll always make that. There's no loss. You're not going to lose any money with that. So it's a guaranteed money making method. So whenever I try to buy these wind wool, I try to buy them at 50 gold, no more. It's a waste of time to have a full stack of inventory with the time that it takes to create it into the bolt. So I look around 50 to 55 silver. If I said gold, I apologize. 50 to 55 silver, that's when I buy them, and that's when I create them. Now, here we go, the Ember Silk Cloth. Now, this is a risky one, and this is a weird one, because prices always change so often. Do I have any cloth? Yeah, there we go. So I have a piece of cloth right here, and the auction for the cloth right now is 255, which, you know, there's none in there right now. So if I had some giant stacks of Ember Silk Cloth, what would I do? I would throw them into the auction, and I would try to sell them for 255 per cloth. Will they sell? Maybe a few, but not a lot would. But you could get lucky, and someone could buy a stack of 200, and you just made out like a bandit, right? Now, if you look at these, the auction for the bolt is 752. So, would it be smart to convert 5 of these that are 2 gold into something that would only be worth 7 gold? It wouldn't be smart. What I would do with this currently is I would put all my cloth onto the auction and see where I could get the prices to go. Also, if I'm trying to buy these Ember Silk Cloth and I have a lot and I don't want to spend this price, what am I going to do? I'm going to throw a bunch on the auction. The reason I throw a bunch on the auction is because now people are going to see there's a lot on the auction. They're going to start putting theirs, and everybody's going to start undercutting. So maybe mine won't sell. But everybody's going to start undercutting everybody, getting it back to the price that I want, to then buy it and then create it into the bolts. Now, when I create it into the bolts, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking at disenchantment prices. So, two of these right here, which is about what, let's say 14 gold. Okay, let's just keep it simple. 14 gold. Well, one hypnotic dust is 14 gold. Almost 15. Let's say 15 and 15, right? Let's do that. 15 and 15. 2 of these equal 15 gold. 1 of these equal 15 gold. Now, when I disenchant the item that I'm creating, which I think are bracers, which cost 2 of these, and 2 other materials, which are like a couple gold each. So you're looking at a 19 gold investment. The item disenchants, I can get 1 of these, 2 of these, or 3 of these. So if I get 3, I'm doing very well. If I get 2, I'm doing very well. If I get 1, yeah, you know, give or take. It kind of sucks for 1, but it is what it is. But I also have a chance to get these lesser essence things. These are garbage, and they don't sell for very much. So there is a risk and reward there, but it's still good. Now let's talk about our last cloth. Now remember, if you made it this far into the video, this works with everything. This works with leatherworking. This works with blacksmithing. Any item. These concepts are concepts and not strict, this is what the professions you have to have. If you're a blacksmith and you have some ore, and this ore is worth way more smelted than it is just in ore form, well, figure that out. Look at the numbers, see where it's at, and that's where you're going to be making a profit. The more gold you spend, the more gold you'll make. But you have to do your research. If for some reason, oh, well, all these bars are on this auction for like 5 gold each when they're usually a gold each, and then you spend way more than you should for all this ore, and you lose a lot of money, it's not a good thing. So you have to look at the prices, have to understand the environment and where you're trying to sell it. Now, let's talk about the last piece of cloth here. Now, this Rune Cloth is something that I really like, because this Rune Cloth, I make it into the rune, the bolts for the Rune Cloth, and I never sell the Rune Cloth for these. I always make, I believe they're the belts, because they disenchant to Dream Dust, And if they don't turn into dream dust, they turn into this lesser essence here, which sells for pretty good too. So the biggest thing with Rune Cloth is don't overspend. There's so much on the auction house at so many. If I look at the auction and there's none that are like below like 30 silver, I'm not even gonna touch it. But if it's below that, and let's say there's a stack of like 5 for like 14, I'm not gonna waste my time with it, because to create the item and just make a little bit of gold, I'd rather go into something big and bulk to make a lot of GP really quick, right? But if this works out for you, maybe you only have a few 100 gold, you know, something like this, you know, little stacks of 14 and 12 and things like that. Maybe that's going to help you. That's amazing. Now let's go ahead and go into another tip here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the auction house, and let's go into sell. I'm going to sell. Let's sell these or let's sell this dream dust right here. I'll sell the dream dust. Now auction, I have Auctionator, and that's the add-on. If you want Auctionator, you can do that, and it's a good add-on. But as you can see, I have 2 stacks. These are mine right here. I have 2 stacks of 200 selling, and I have 6 stacks of 20. What I like to do is I like to separate the stacks. I don't want to put max stacks in all the time, because a lot of times people aren't looking for max stacks. They're looking for, you know, shorter stacks. They're looking for, well, I only need like 20 of them. So what I'll do is I'll separate the stacks. I'll put stacks of 20. I'll put stacks of 10. I don't like to put 1. It's just, when you're getting your gold out and stuff, it's spammy. So what I'll do is I'll do either 10, 20. I'll even do 50, 100, and 200. Those are the stacks that I like. I like to mix it up, because you'll have different buyers. You'll have buyers that are just trying to level the skill real quick, and they're trying to get as much as they can. And then you're going to get buyers that are newer players that don't have that much gold, that just want to level it maybe a couple levels, and they just need a few items. So I separate it like that. Now another thing. This is where it gets really tricky, and this is what I've been learning lately. What I've been learning lately is there's different things that I'm selling. Other players are selling it also. So they're going to wait until you get on, wait till you put your auction on, and then undercut you. So as you can see, I'm always undercutting just by a little bit. This add-on actually does it for me, so it's very convenient. But I can throw these 72 in for 485. Now you'll see some of these are at 1790, right? And then you can just look at the undercuts all the way down. Now, when you start developing yourself into a gold farmer or gold maker, people recognize your name, and people will see your stuff on the auction. And what they're going to do is they're going to find out when you are on, when you're off, and they're going to undercut you right away. Now, with cloth and disenchantments and leather and stuff like that, it's not that big of a deal because it moves fast. But let's say you're trying to go the transmog market. The transmog market is very ruthless and undercutting, and making sure that theirs is always lower than yours. So it's so whenever I'm putting anything up on the auction house like that, I usually set it for 12 hours. I don't set it any higher than 12 hours, because if you put it in a big transmog item like a Vanguard breastplate for 48 hours, that whole 48 hours you will be undercut, so your item will not sell. So it's just kind of weird that way. So let's go ahead and wrap things up real quick. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking at the material that you want to craft and you want to make money off of. You want to look at the raw material, and let's say you can go 2 routes about it. I do it with 2 ways for cloth, because I'm a tailorer. I go and I farm my cloth if there's not a high supply in the auction house. If there's a high supply in the auction house, I just buy it out and I create my bolts that way. So what way is better? That's the great question. If I can farm, let's say 600 pieces of cloth an hour, or I can buy 2,000 cloth an hour, which I'm spending money for, I am probably going to make a better profit with buying out the 2,000 because I'm going to have so much more that I can work with rather than spending an hour and you know, it's free. I just made all that gold, but I can create it faster if I buy it. So that's a give and take. If you have a lot of gold and you really know the market, you can do that very easily. You can buy everything and then just flip it and sell it. So alright guys, a longer video, about a 15-minute video. I just wanted to give you guys these secrets that you know, that I have yet to find really. I'm sure there's some videos out there like this, but it's just, it is what it is. It's a really cool way to make a lot of gold if you're really into gold making. Some people, that's all they do. That's like this whole week, that's all I've been doing is consistently checking prices and just going on it. And you know, I just did a video that I made 20,000 gold in 2 days with a full-time job. So anybody could make gold. Just watch the market, watch the prices, have some fun with it. You guys can make money using any professions that you want. Have some fun. Hopefully you guys will be able to create some gold. If you guys like this guide, make sure to give it a like. You guys can favorite the video, share the video. Do whatever you guys got to do. I think we're just about to hit 2,600 subscribers, so that's absolutely amazing. So thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for sharing the video. Every share that you guys share on your Facebook, Twitter, your guild websites, everything like that, that helps me tremendously as a YouTuber. So thank you guys. All right, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon.